Dragon! Did they attack a dragon's lair and he's pissed?
Bad dreams, huh? Well, it is real, sort of. You see, part of being a Grey Warden is being able to hear the Darkspawn. That's what your dream was, hearing them. The Archdemon, it talks to the Horde, and we feel it just as they do. That's why we know this is really a blight.
That was the Archdemon.
The dragon?
Yes. That's the Archdemon.
I don't know if it's really a dragon, but it sure looks like one. But yes, that's the Archdemon. It takes a bit, but eventually you can block the dreams out. Some of the older Grey Wardens say they can understand the Archdemon a bit, but I sure can't. Anyhow, when I heard you thrashing around, I thought I should tell you. It was scary at first for me too. Other than dying young and the whole defeat the blight
that's how the
alone
Archdemon
thing,
communicates to its horde and
Perhaps
controls
not
it.
surprises.
Through their
Anyhow,
dream.
And because
now,
you
right?
are a Grey
Let's
Warden,
pull up camp and get a move on.
you can hear the Archdemon, and the Archdemon knows where you are.
Fuck. Kind of a double-edged sword, isn't it?
Yes, they explained that earlier on.
Yeah.
It's a risk you take. You can hear it, therefore you know what the threat is and you know what's happening. You're in on the loop. It can't stop you from hearing it.
You're a hard man to find. Where are my manners? The name is Levy. Levy Dryden.
This is
Did
Levi.
Duncan ever mention me? Levy of the coins? Levy the trader? Really? He never told you of old Levy? We've known each other for years. But here I am carrying on.
Are you going to
while
ask me
have
to
a
hop in
blight
your
to
cart
stop.
while we look for your
I don't
puppy?
want to waste your time. But you see, Duncan promised that together we'd look into something important for the Wardens. And for me. But poor Duncan's... well, no more. A tragedy it is, at that. But I know he would want his work carried on. His pledge fulfilled. My family... well, past is a bit checkered, to see. Nobles look at us with disdain. My great-great-grandmother, Sophia Dryden, was the last Warden Commander of Ferelden back when the Wardens were known as freeloaders.
Huh?
So King Arlen banished the Wardens, and he took House Dryden's land and titles.
Huh?
Hard to say. After King Arlen died, there was a civil war, loads worse than this one. And our family was on the run, hunted by enemies, with nary a friend in the world. But Drydens are tough. We rebuilt, became merchants, and we never lost our pride. Our family's only crime was guarding the kingdom against the blight. We're not ashamed of that. I ask for the truth. My family reveres Sophia Dryden. We know she died at the old Grey Warden base, Soldier's Peak. It won't restore our land or our titles, but it'll restore our honor.
This is a DLC.
Well, no one's been to Soldier's
This is
Peak
where you
since
get
I
the
left.
storage.
At least none that's come back. I spent years mapping the maze of tunnels
If it's not
to the
hard,
peak,
can
and
I
found
do
the
it
way
like
a few
soon?
years back. So I went to Duncan, I did.
You
and
can
I said that he
try.
could reclaim the
I don't know
old
if this
base and
one's
my family could have its honor.
But you
Darkspawn
can
surfaced
try.
in southern
If you
Ferelden.
go there and you get your ass beat, you
Duncan
could just
said
come back
he'd help,
later.
Yeah.
But he never had the chance. I can pick my way through the tunnels, but the place... what will you think on it, at least? Soldier's Peak is strategic and symbolic important. He also hoped to recover lost Warden history and perhaps a few old relics. No one knows what's up there now. 1,000 I'll mark down the location.
I really want to find the video clip of him saying like, "Okay, here, buy the DLC," because it's very
Good to
intrusive.
see you, my timely rescuer.
I remember.
Bodon Fennick at your service once again. I saw your camp and remember the kind offer that you made the last time we met. And is there anywhere safer for a poor merchant and his son to sleep? I think not. I'm perfectly willing to offer you a fine discount for the inconvenience of our presence. How does that sound? Good? Yes? I'm sure you...
Is this part of the Blood Dragon armor?
Yes.
Like the whole set is right here.
Everything except the plate itself. The plate you get.
So I have to buy the rest of the fucking thing?
Yes.
Oh my god.
2 of the in-game DLCs, like the in this campaign, which is 1 to get that other companion, and then to get that storage space. But you get more from it. They're best to do at lower levels because you get certain things from it that are good to get. But it's up to you. You can prioritize doing those, or you can get your Spellblade shit as soon as you possibly can. You're now out of the gates. You can do shit in whatever order you want now. You're at that point. So you can do those side quests and then go for the elves and leave that one town you were gonna go to for later.
Nope. Uncrushable pigeon?
I know exactly why that's there.
I'm gonna guess there is a character who likes pigeons, but he keeps squishing them, Lenny.
I know exactly why that's there.
Oh no!
Backpack.
Oh
It's
no!
a backpack. Look, if you just don't get that one thing and you sell it, look, you got a sovereign right there. Look it. You could almost afford it if you just sold. You're just a little. You're 8.5 silver short. 8.5.
Huh? Huh? Huh?
Oh, look!
Woo!
Space!
I just do this, like that, and like that.
I am impressed.
Holy
My thanks.
shit! What?
Yeah?
Doesn't, hold on.
Is it not for her? That is... Oh, I know who that's for. I know who it's for.
Okay, so it won't actually let me give it to her, will it?
I don't think so.
What?
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Unless you want her to hate you, don't do it. I know who that's for. That's for the next... That's for, like, the only other mage you get. I forgot. There's 2 Chantry Nuts.
Simple, but he's rather good with
Enchantment!
One of
This
those
is literally where I stopped playing the game.
actually called him, what was he? No.
What?
This is literally where I
Surprised.
stopped playing the game.
This
I had no
point.
idea such
Yes.
a thing
Really?
existed.
Yep. It was because I saw that DLC thing. I was like, I'm out. But I did remember talking to him first, then talking to that dude. That's when I fucking went.
He can fold lyrium into almost any weapon. It's a process that some of the master smiths back.
Enchantment!
And there you have it. You and your friends are formidable folk, indeed. It's good to have you along on the road. I hear new... That's what I've heard on the road.
Dude,
anyhow.
we haven't had a
Take
single
it from
crash
me.
since we put this in windowed mode.
Yeah. It looked like it wants to, though. All the
You and
fucking
your
time.
friends
Yeah,
are
right?
formidable folk, indeed.
But it
Nothing
hasn't.
so unusual and so interesting as you and your companions, I'm sure. Dwarven merchants are common enough on these roads, aren't they? That's what I've heard on the road, anyway.
You didn't even look at the rumor.
Because I'm gonna do this.
For what?
Because I failed the persuasion.
If there's anything I can do for you, some folks aren't happy about Tyrn Loghain being named Regent. Isn't that the most ridiculous thing you ever heard? The Darkspawn killed him, sure enough. That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. I heard from some travelers that something bad might have happened in Redcliffe, overrun by dark. Merchant friend of mine said he encountered someone fleeing the place, and that's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. Take it for what it is.
Let me guess, he's got an information embargo out of fucking Redcliffe.
With King Caelan dead, the throne falls to Queen Honora. That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. There's knights from Redcliffe spread all over Ferelden on some kind of mission, but I hear that they're starting to... More likely they got tired of searching for something that can't... That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow.
Civil War?
I hear the Dwarven King is passed on.
Oh, shit.
Old as he was probably... That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. Something's going on at the Mage's Tower at Lake Callanhart. Exactly. That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. Some hunters who range into the Brazilian forest say that a Dalish... That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. There's talk that King Caelan was cheating on the Queen and she found out about it. That's why Tyrn Loghain abandoned... That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. I hear tell they held a funeral in Deneron for King Caelan. The Grand Cleric called for a... It's too bad they don't have a body to properly bury. That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. Thank the Maker we didn't lose Tyrn Loghain at Oster. That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. I heard a strange rumour the other day. King Cailan was not really Merrick's son. I suppose they feed him cakes all day to keep him content. That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. I'm hearing many tales of corpses, claws. Just yesterday, a farmer told me about the kitten his daughter had buried behind his barn. Little thing came back. His daughter was delighted. At least until it just about chewed her finger off. That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow.
That's all I've heard on the road, anyhow.
I've heard a lot of stories of...
How many rumors does motherfucker have?
I hear from folks traveling the East Roads that there's... That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. The crafters of the Pearl Brothel are threatening to close their doors if they aren't finally recognized as a true guild.
Pearl Brothel, as in like...
As if the men weren't blue enough. That's what I've heard on the road.
Pretty much everything he's telling you is our
Take it for what
quests.
it is.
It sounds like it.
Going around at the grave. They were getting upset, see? That there was no... That's what I've heard on the road.
Jesus
anyhow.
Christ.
Goodbye.
Hey, here's every quest you've not done.
So, full of questions, are you?
She already taught me
Yes.
how to do it, though, didn't she?
So, possibly, if I had the desire to.
She taught
I
you
do
that
not.
it existed, but she hasn't really. She said at camp she would really actually
I
teach
was
you the
told
shapes.
to accompany this. Yes. So, full of possibly, if I had the desire to. Yes. Yes. So, possibly, if I had the perhaps you should dispense with.
Damn. I knew that was gonna happen. I just was curious to see what would
Yes.
actually happen.
So, full of possibly. I trust I am supposed to be shocked.
I love how she didn't dislike that as much
Right?
as you telling her what to do.
We are in camp. Ah, such a romantic, I see.
On command. Fade to black. We fucked. We fucked.
No, you didn't.
We fucked.
No, you didn't.
Alistair! 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 Don't tell Liana. Morgan tastes like black licorice. Oh, hey, Liliana.
What do you need? Ask away.
You got nothing new for me.
Yes,
It's mainly after
Well,
main story
here I am.
quests that they update.
of course I do. I love stories.
Also, did you
far
see
too
that? You
much
can literally
keep them
tell her to
myself.
leave.
Yeah, wow.
Everyone should be able to
Anyone that's
benefit
not
from
like essential for the end of the game, you could just tell to fuck off. You could probably get rid of the dog too.
What, you little...
Are you harassing my dog?
Me?
Why did you pick that?
I should say it's the other way round. Your furry friend here took offence at me getting near his food. He snapped at me. Look.
Teach Alistair a lesson. You really don't like Alistair.
Sometimes I forget that he's a war dog. That'll teach me. I once heard a really old legend about how the Hound warriors in the days of the old tribes would feed their Mabari the flesh of the vanquished. Well, that's what I heard anyway. It would sometimes be human flesh.
Cute.
Oh, like you can tell the difference. For all you know, maybe you've already been fed something. Someone.
Don't bully my baby!
Another. I'd never feed you another human being.
Hey!
Hey!
Leave my puppy
Your
alone.
fool dog placed in my pack.
What tail?
A putrid, half-eaten hare is not something a woman wants to find in her unmentionables.
He put it in her 20s. That's funny. Ooh.
The dirty mongrel can have this back. There. And tell him not to do it again.
Oh, I'm sorry, baby. I didn't mean to move you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's an animal thing.
You are a true warrior and worthy of respect.
Bork, bork.
You like this dog way too much. And you never even use it.
I just like dogs.
You are... That is unexpected. Callow? It is a word in your tongue. It means without feathers, as a new-hatched bird. Perhaps I spoke too soon. I was sent to be the eyes of the Antam. The Arishok asked what is the Blight. By his curiosity, I am now here.
Seriously?
The one who commands the Antam, the body of the Kunari.
Hey, hey. Find out what a boiled egg is. Go. Like, for real? For real.
Why do you? So if this blight were in Orlais, it could consume the land with impunity. Don't strain yourself pondering that. I do not know why the Arishok sent us. He commanded a portion of it. Were you not at Ost? That is your answer. Why do you? Do you think the Kunari live on some other world then?
Yes.
Yes. Never. I cannot go home. It doesn't matter now. Can we move on? We keep the Darkspawn waiting. Does it? I caged myself. A weak mind is a deadly foe, as you are no doubt aware. That is, I came to your lands with 7 of the Beresad, my brothers. We made our way across the Ferelden countryside without incident. Until the night we camped by Lake Calenhad. They came from everywhere. The earth beneath our feet, the air above. I saw the last of the creatures cut down, too late. I fell. I am told no others survived. I don't know how long I lay on the battlefield among the... I only know that when I woke I was no longer among my brothers. And my sword was gone from my hand. I searched for it, and when that failed I asked my rescuers what had become of it. They said they found me with nothing. I did. I knew they didn't have the blade. They had no reason to lie to me. I panicked. Unthinking, I struck them down. That sword was made for my hand alone. I have carried it from the day I was set into the Beresad. I was to die wielding it for my people. Even if I could cross Ferelden and Tevinter unarmed and alone to bring my report to the Arishok, I would be slain on sight by the Antam. They would know me as soulless, a deserter. No soldier would cast aside his blade while he drew breath. If I knew where to look, it would be in my hand now. Near Lake Calenhad. Perhaps those words
That
are
is his
empty,
actual reason.
Thank you all the same.
That was his actual crime and why he did it. So, like I said, it's back and forth on whether or not you could understand it. It's a Kunari exclusive thing. It's a cultural thing that resulted in that. It's up to you how you would interpret that.
To the law of the land, he most indeed committed a crime that would warrant execution. To his own upbringing and stuff, yeah, like, it was within realm for him to do what he did. It's just, you know, it's one of those situations where you're in our land now.
This is the equivalent of a Klingon having his, like, honor, like, fucked with or completely just trashed on while in Federation territory and going nutso because of it. So, now that you have the dog and you've seen the way it's introduced and all that, just note that is the way you see the dog introduced as a mage. And as most backgrounds. If you had played as you were originally going to play, the human noble, that dog would have been your first companion.
Really?
That is the dog of the human noble.
Huh. So because I didn't pick the human noble died.
Yes. Like I said, every background still plays out throughout the game, even if you do not play that person. And you will see the remnants of it, but you will never know that that's what it is until you play those backgrounds.
That's fucked.
That dog belonged to the human noble. You find the dog in the human noble tutorial. And when you get to Ostagar, Duncan keeps the dog for you, put away.
And then you come pick it back up at that cage.
I think you still get it after the battle. I forget if you get to bring it into the wilds. I don't think you do. But you first meet it in your castle, essentially, as the human noble. You might be more inclined to keep using that dog if you actually had gone the human noble warrior like you were going to. You might have a completely different view of that dog.
Jesus. Like, that is my fucking dog. That is my dog since for fucking ever.
That is your dog, and he helped. Do you want to know the story of the human noble?
Yeah.
The human noble, you are a noble house, and you actually get betrayed by someone else. You get betrayed by completely, like, another house that is trying to usurp your land and your titles. And you meet that character no matter what. You're going to meet the character that did it. Your family is murdered completely. Like, all your family's killed. Everyone in your house is pretty much killed. While it's being raided, I believe, or maybe before then, you find the dog stealing food out of the larder or whatever it is. And the dog helps you, like, escape and stuff.
You said we should do the DLC quest right now?
Which one do you want to do first? The storage or the not storage?
What was the not storage one?
The one where you get the companion.
The storage.
Okay, you don't want the extra, like, the really good warrior one?
I will. I think I just want to get the storage first.
Alright, well, that's where you go. Probably gonna get ambushed. Oh! Unless there is no ambush for going to the DLCs. Hey!
I made it!
I've never come here this early. Ever. I've never come here this early.
Maker's breath. Look at the size of her.
Also, if you want another rogue to replace
I told you
Liliana, you go to Denerim.
Okay. You wouldn't believe me if I told you. It came to me in my dreams. When I was a lad, I tried going through the tunnel by myself. Got horribly lost. But every now and again,
pick a fucking accent. It's not horribly lost, it's horribly as you would say it normally, like all your other fucking words.
I didn't want you to think I was some moon-addled simpleton. I've my wits about me. But enough of that. I'll follow you from a distance. This place has the stench of death. I expect there's trouble up ahead.
Soldier's Peak. Looks like it's seen better days. Better centuries, more like.
Once the wardens flourished, their ranks full, their caliber certain. Now they even accept people like you, Alistair.
Hey.
Hey. I've never come here this early.
Who the fuck's attacking me?
Probably someone around the corner.
Alright.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh. You see Lily on his legs?
Fall back! Fall back already!
Taking the peak will not be easy, my lord.
I gave the Wardens one chance to die with honor.
Was that one dude?
Instead, they hole up like cowards.
Ooh.
We followed the
Tanner?
king's advice then.
No.
Okay.
Starve them out.
This is all.
The peak has
Past.
months.
This is
to
past.
Then we
Past.
wait.
This is
Sorry.
a long time
Sorry.
ago.
Their faces all look
Collect
the
their
same to me.
weapons, we will send them to their final judgment.
What was that? Felt a bit woozy there. I'm not mad, am I? You saw it too?
I've heard a Norwegian ballad about something like this. A beauty trapped in a dream. In the song, Belisa never wakes up.
Your prissy friend here is making me nervous, Warden. How's this even possible? The place must truly be haunted. The Veil? Demons? Thank Andraste you came, Warden. After you.
Oh shit. If you guys wouldn't mind just taking a step over here real quick. Appreciate yous.
The person that betrays you in the human noble start, he can also be influenced by the elf start. As the elf start, you can stop him from gaining certain powers, but if you are not playing the elf start and you do not do a certain decision, that man, regardless of if from the human start or not, will live and he becomes the second most powerful person in this country, just after Logain.
Like power as in like political
Power and influence, just after Logain.
Jesus.
So you are going to run into him 100%, and you're never going to know that. You would never know that's him or that's what he did without playing the human noble start. He's a big part of some quest lines here and some characters. Leliana's almost dead.
She's good.
And the dude's son is in Dragon Age Awakenings and can become a companion. And you would never know that dude that joins you is the son of the guy that betrays the human noble at the start of the game. Unless you started as that. And then it becomes real personal.
Oh yeah. Is he just as much of a shithead?
He's worse than Logain, really. If I remember correctly, this quest ends up giving you a pretty decent armor set for someone.
So I'm fighting fucking skeleton wardens?
Yeah.
Fuck. That's spooky.
Probably wardens and the people the wardens were fighting.
What the fuck happened here?
A battle. They were here to kill the wardens.
Was it the people that they were like all like, oh, the wardens are a bunch of freeloaders? Who are they?
Yes.
Okay, who are they?
They're just the people in charge at the time.
A quest? A quest.
Yeah. This is just a miscellaneous quest to just find some stuff, basically. Kind of like you found those symbols that led you to a chest in the swamp.
Mm-hmm.
The men's morale is low. My spells are of no use in this matter, Commander.
There is more to leading men than sorcery, Avernus. I will remind them that they're wardens. Men, I won't lie to you. The situation is grim. Our forces outnumbered, our bellies empty, and our hearts are sagging.
We're fucked.
Wardens! Darkspawn flee when they hear our horns. Archdemons die when they taste our blades. So are we to bend knee to a mere human despot? No! I, for one, will never give up. I, for one, will never surrender just to dance on Arlen's gallows. So I propose here and now, in these hallowed halls where generations of our brethren stood vigil against darkspawn and evil, that we send a message to that fat bastard. In this sacred place, proud men, strong
You're a
men
woman.
stood defiant, and would rather die than submit to tyranny.
So brave, even when starving. And my great-great-grandmother stood with them.
She looked black.
Not much is known of King Arland. The War of Succession that followed his death, now that was a piece of work. Lasted nearly a decade, and almost burned Denerim and the palace to the ground. Loads of history was lost, but I've gabbed enough.